Okay, so now I'm a little bit closer. I want for you to be able to see all of my bird here. So anyway, I have different shapes of pasta. I have little circles and like this spiral, this. It was kind of fun going to the grocery store and seeing all the different shapes of pasta. But your job today is going to be to make some textures. Now, there's no part of this that you should be like going super fast. Just take your time so that yours turns out really awesome. So here is bow tie pasta, and if you look at the edge, it has these little zigzags. So what I might do is take it and just going up and down, kind of make almost like there's feathers around the neck of my bird, like that. So do you see the texture that I just put in there? Now, later on, we are going to be using glazes, and we are going to be having it be that all these little holes that are created with your texture are going to get filled with glaze. So you want to make sure that you press in hard enough that you can see that you've made an indentation, but not so hard that you're like hitting the table, that you're slicing all the way through that bird. It's not good for your artwork, and it's not good for your bird. Be nice to your bird. So now that I did that, maybe I'll take this one that has the little circle, and maybe I'll come and just start to put little things like that. Kind of cool. And I have this little guy here. He's kind of fun, but I think I'm going to take advantage of that little thing and maybe go like this. And that almost looks like a little flower to me or something, so I could come back and do more of them. Oh, you know what? Now they kind of look like feathers to me. That's cool. So I could even put in some more. Do, 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 do. So it's just kind of fun to be making texture here with all things pasta. Now, over here, I'm going to make his beak a little more interesting. I'm just going to draw some lines in that. That looks better. And I kind of liked how that worked, so maybe I'll do a few of those up here. Give them some little feathers. Now, what you may want to do is section things off. And so I may want to take this tool and just use this to kind of create a groove. So what I'm going to do is come here, and I'll just kind of go like that. And now I have two areas that I can decorate differently just for fun. And remember, this little part right here is going to get covered by your wings, so don't spend too much time right there. So now that I've sectioned that off, I'm going to do something else. This is a funky piece of pasta, but on the end of it, it almost looks like an S. So I think I may go along my groove and just kind of put in my S shape, going all the way along. And if I had a little more time, I'd go a little more slower, but I know you guys are excited to go do your clay. So I'm doing that. Now another thing that I could do is I could draw into my clay, and for that I'm going to use what's called a sgraffito tool. Sgraffito in Italian is scratched. And so here, I can come here and I can like do a swirl like here. Now when you do that, little bits of clay are going to come up, and you want to make sure that you get rid of those. It's sometimes annoying, but it's really important for you to make this nice and smooth. You're just going to be so happy that you took the time to do that. So I'm coming here and I'm just kind of drawing. And like I said before, I'm not going to do too much because, like I said before, the wing. This actually works kind of better if you pull it, because then you kind of gather up all the clay as you go, and then you can just take that off. Okay? So I'm doing my little swirls. Maybe I'll draw some swirls over here and just have it be that the top of my bird is going to be kind of swirly. You can do whatever you want. That's what's kind of fun. Now, the wing is going to be a little bit of a surprise. I mentioned that we're going to be glazing. The word glaze means that it's going to be clay that has color in it. We call it slip because it's really watered down. And then we're going to paint that on, but it also has some glass in there, and that's what makes it so shiny. The things I have for you for the wing are something from China, and they are called decals, and they are going to look so awesome. But the thing that's important is that your wing does not have any texture on it. So let's go ahead and finish this and then I'll show you how to do the wing. I'll just show you with this one because this one goes kind of fast. This one's kind of fun. You can just kind of push and roll. And as you roll, you'll see that you have texture on there too, which is kind of fun. I'm telling you, you'll never look at pasta the same again. All right, I'm almost finished. So if I want my edges to be a little bit smoother, I could take my finger and dip it in just a little bit of water and just kind of come here and smooth things out if I think that it needs that. Most of you probably won't. And then the very last thing that I'm going to do is put my wing on. You can have it be that the wing is all the way on the bird. You could have it that the wing is coming up like this. I think maybe I'll do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do crisscross, crisscross over here. I'm going to do crisscross, crisscross over here where I'm attaching it. I'm going to take a little bit of water and put it on here. And because the clay is just so amazingly fresh, it's probably going to stick very easily. And notice that I am keeping it nice and flat here. No texture. Now, when you are finished, let me show you what you end up with. We end up with a mess. You're going to be all excited about your bird, which I will come and get from you and label, but you're going to have extra clay, you're going to have pasta all over the place, you're going to have tools, you're going to have this rolling pin, paper all over. Well, guess what? I'm going to be so busy getting all this, you have to do the cleanup, and guess what? It's really not that hard. This is the bin for the tools, this is the bin for the rolling pins, this is the bin for the pasta. So you'll just pick up all these pasta pieces and put them back. You'll take these tools and you'll put them back. The paper over here is probably wet, so we're probably just going to have to throw it away instead of putting it in the recycle bin. And last but not least, these extra pieces of clay. A word on that. If you were tempted to put some in your pocket and take it home, I'm telling you, all that's going to happen is it's going to dry out and turn into flaky mud. You do not want to take this. Plus, that would be the wrong thing to do, because what I want you to do is to put it here in this bucket. Because this is how I buy the clay, but all of this clay can be reused. And if everyone's kind of, did I use the word stealing? I mean accidentally taking clay out of the room, that will be a problem. So please just bring the clay over here, and by the time you're finished, your desk should look just like this, all clean and ready for the rest group. All right, let's have fun.